Hello, hello, and welcome. We have a no repeat 30 minutes Pilates session going on today. Just mat Pilates, obviously, we don't have a whole reformer going on. If you do need to add maybe a booty band or weights, ankle weights, wrist weights, little dumbbells, anything that you need to add some challenge if you need it, feel free to grab those and you can use them. I'm personally not going to, but I will show you modifications if you need easier, if you need a little bit more of a challenge, somewhere in between. So you should have that all going. We're gonna do the warm up as part of the routine. It's gonna be 22 exercises, that's including left and right, included in there. So it's gonna be 22 minutes and then we're gonna do a nice 8-minute cool down stretch. Probably not quite 8 minutes because I've just rambled on for probably 2 minutes now. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started, we are going to do a downward dog to cobra. So I'm just gonna first of all get ourselves down and we're going to do a downward dog. So press your head through your arms and then we're going to scoop down up into a cobra. What I didn't mention is that these are quite long sets. And push yourself up, back into the downward dog. These are quite long sets. They're 50 seconds and then 10 seconds rest. So we're really just doing a lot of work and then not having a lot of time to rest. And this is good because these are not necessarily the most challenging movements sometimes, but working them for a long set will really get those muscles burning by the end. Okay, get our 10 seconds rest. You can just stand up. To do so, we're going to go into our inch ones next. So you see it's a very quick turnaround on that rest. So just get into a high plank at the end and then just walk your hands back up and stand up. And let's go again. Oh, let's go. I was like, yeah, I'll just pop this top on and it'll be fine. And just like the last time that I wore this top, I'm not sure how long it's gonna stay on. I was like, oh, it's only Pilates. It should stay on the whole time. I am less convinced about that now that I've started. We will see how it goes, whether it stays on or if it comes off. Okay, so once you get down, you can just calm down and relax on the mat. I should have said you probably want to grab a mat for this. Okay, we're going to do high plank to world's greatest. So I'm just going to stretch up my leg. Let me do it the other way so you can see it. Stretch up your leg and then you're going to reach on up. And then we're just going to switch back into the high plank and switch sides. So getting a nice stretch in there. And then at that high plank, you're trying to not wobble, keeping your core engaged. So as we know what it means by our core being engaged, it is we're thinking about our belly button going towards our spine, our ribs are in line with our hips. Okay, nice little rest. We are doing, it is the downward dog step throughs. So up in our downward dog, we're going to spin around to a side plank and stretch our leg out. And then just the same through this side. So more like side plank twist with the leg out. But just take it easy. Obviously we're still in that sort of warm-up phase. I don't know what this black line is on my leg. Need to clean that off. Probably from when I just ran out to the car to grab my bag, which had my bikes in it. Okay, you can rest. Just clean that off. Okay, next up we have a side plank routine. So just choose one side to start on. Okay, so we're going to have our side plank up and we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to come down and stretch it up. I personally like to do my side planks one knee planted, the bottom knee planted, and then the other leg out. You can have both legs out. I just find it awkward. I find it really awkward to hold that position. That's why I don't love it. If you like that, then go ahead and do it. The easier also would be like this as well. Although I feel like this is easier, but there we are. Get a little rest. Staying on that same side, we're going to do a side crunch. So you can lay down and we're going to crunch up. And you can use both your knee is coming up and your shoulders on that side is coming up. You're going to really feel it here in that side, like your obliques, your side abs. You're really going to feel it there. Make sure to get that crunch. This is one of those like times where that rib in line with your hips is not exactly true because we are focusing on a crunch motion, and crunch motions are like that, where you are breaking that straight line. Staying on this side, you're going to do a side plank raise. So back to up to side plank position, and we're just going to raise up and pulse it up. One key thing that you want to watch out for here is making sure that your elbow stays like directly below your body. You don't want it too far out or too far in. You really want it just below. Once we switch to the other side, you're gonna like really feel it. You're gonna be like, whoa. You didn't necessarily know how much you were doing, but when you switch to the other side, you'll know. You'll know for sure. Okay. Nice, and relax and switch to the other side. So back to those side plank, thread the needles. So up top, and then pull it around, back up. Whew. Felt a little click there. I did my first Reformer Pilates class last week. Went with my sister in the UK, and it was nice. Would I do it again? Probably not. I like lifting weights a bit too much. And also it's like 40 quid a class, man, like, or $40 a class. And like, that's a lot. That's a lot to be forking out for 1 hour. And like, honestly, I feel a better burn after one of my Pilates mat sessions. So I was just like, I don't know. Oh, we're staying on that side. I got distracted. So you can lay down and then we're going to crunch up. I'm trying not to bear too much weight on the resting arm, but it is natural to be pushing somewhat into it. It's kind of a similar motion or like weight that you're putting onto it as if you've done my functional strength training where we do Turkish get-ups. It's similar in some ways to that Okay, let's really focus on that crunch so I can really feel it there. So we get equal abs on this side and this side. Okay, next up we have a side plank raise. Down a little bit. Okay, up again. I always feel like my mat moves so much and then I don't know where the framing was. So let's just hope the framing is okay for all of this. Honestly, it doesn't really matter where you put your hand. By doing this, you add a little bit more weight onto it. You don't really want to be putting it down, but just I just sort of just having resting. Whew, I can really feel this. Not long left. Not long left. These are really long sets, eh? Okay, good. I mean, to be fair, when I did this reformer Pilates class, they just go. Okay, so we're going to do scissor pulls. So pull it in and then switch it over. Here, you do want to have your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat, but your lower back will be planted to the mat, your belly button heading straight towards your spine, pulled in towards your spine, and then you're pulling those legs in. If you can't do this and you can't pull as high or have your legs straight for that whole movement, then just switch it to a bent movement. Whew. Okay, relax. We are going to do a hold. We're going to do a boat hold. So, reset. Whew. Whew. Okay, there we are. I totally got this wrong, but it's okay. There we are. Oh, this is burning, man. Whew. Hold it together. Go into your happy place. Mindfulness. Very nice. Very nice, as my face is saying something very different. Oh my goodness. 20 seconds. That's like one of those ones. Do as I say, not as I do, because my form was great for that. Okay, we're doing reverse crunch next. So laying it down and then crunching up your legs. I'm doing a semi leg raise in it. So just going to a dead bug position at the end of the motion. So push up your hips to the ceiling. Oh my goodness. Considering the only exercise I did last week was the Pilates, and it did get my abs going. I definitely did feel my abs. Today, I am feeling this. Oh my goodness. Okay, next up, we have dead bugs. Let's pretend that that's what I read off my sheet. So alternating dead bugs. You can focus on that breathing if it helps. So you're going to go out and then in. Personally, if I do that, I just feel like I don't get enough breath in. So I make sure I'm not holding my breath. If anything, I tend to go more for like the opposite, where I'm panting a little bit. Okay, nice. Leg liftovers. Okay, so we're going to sit down and we are going to lift our leg up towards the other leg, lift it back over, and then lift over that leg to join that leg. And same thing. You can have your hands behind you, and that will help stabilize and take some of the weight off. Keeping that core engaged, or if you sit upright, adds more of a challenge. This is really good for your deep core. They're one of those buzzwords we're all throwing around at this point. Deep core. It's very important. Those core muscles that maybe don't give you those nice six-pack abs, but they're going to help you in your everyday life, which is very important. Okay, we're going to do a side session. We're going to go onto our side. We're going to do some lifted clamshells. I'm going to do this like this. The ankles up, and then here we go. So keeping those ankles off the ground, and then we're just clamshelling, keeping your core in that neutral spine position. Your leg should just be pulling up. This will be starting to work more on your glutes, keeping that core engaged so you're not rocking one way or another. Mainly just your legs moving. So staying on this position, what we're going to do is we're going to have this leg come forward at a 90 degree like this, and then we're going to push back with the other leg, so just kicking it back. So it's sort of angled towards the corner of the room over there, and kick it back. Wow, we are close to the end. Look at that. Not crazy, eh? We were able to do it. I low-key put on makeup today and I was like, we are getting a video in today because I have the makeup on, okay? I just shouldn't be trusted with having a mirror that is like too close to my face, because I start like picking at my face. I'm like, oh, look at that blemish that no one can see. And I start playing with it. I'm like, oh, now everyone can see it. Okay, side leg lift over. So we're going to keep that leg straight. I'm going to lift to the front, and then we're going to lift it to the back. And really, as you're doing this, making sure that core is stabilized, because especially when you move to the back and then to the front, it's going to want to rock, it's going to want to move around, and you want to keep it in one stable position. So much of good core work is like working those stabilizing muscles, because our core is there supporting us through so many motions. When you don't train for those motions and strengthen those stabilizing muscles, that's usually when injuries happen. Ooh, I can really feel that in my glutes. Okay, switching over to the other side, we're going to do those clamshells, those lifted leg clamshells. Down like this, ankles up, and clamshell. I just feel like when I'm like this, if my mic is causing problems or not. I'm actually recording on a Sunday, so I went to church today and it was wonderful. We were talking about the good news. You know, this gospel that we have is good news. You know, Jesus Christ came And he came to live a perfect life and to give us a beautiful life. He gave us a beautiful life. This thing called substitution, right? And so basically, he took our life in exchange for his so that we could have his life. Okay, kick back like that. Yeah, push. Nice. And so, for example, where it says that Christ, though he was rich, became poor for our sakes, so that through his poverty we might become rich. And this is rich in wealth. This is rich in all aspects in our life, rich in the good things. So many people think that Christian life only starts when you die, but it doesn't. God already gives you so many good things in this life, but you have to obtain it. You have to know that it's yours, that he's already given it to you. So we have those side leg liftovers. You have to know that they are yours and that they've been credited to your account, and that now you take it for yourself. That is so important. I think this is the leg that the foot likes to sickle. And so I'm trying to focus on keeping it straight. And I can definitely feel it really strong in that side, probably because it's not used to having to be so straight, because it likes to sickle, as I said. So, yeah. God wants to give you a beautiful life. Okay. That's that. And then finally, we have a cool down. There was low-key one more exercise, but I messed up my timer because I had to recheck something and I can't bother to reset the timer. So we're gonna do our cool down now. So we can stay in the seated position, and we're gonna do a butterfly stretch to start with, like a butterfly stretch. Also, if you haven't cleaned your workout mat in a while, please do. Please do. I came over to it, and my husband likes to lay on it like a cat or something. Like when the sun is bursting through this room, he just lays on it and does work. Anyways, it was filthy. I was like, bro, why is it so filthy? But I cleaned it, and I was just like, sometimes I would just wonder. Sometimes I'm looking at it and I'm like, when was the last time we cleaned this thing? Like, if you're at the gym, you would clean it like all the time, right? But when it's at your home, sometimes you get a bit comfortable. So this is my reminder to you. If you have not cleaned your exercise mat in a while, please do. Or like air it outside to like let the sun do its job, Let's pull our legs out to the front, sit up, and then stretch forward. Oh, my toes are cold. My toes are very cold. And you can lean it forward, stretch it out. Feel it all the way down the back of your legs. Okay, release that. We're going to lay down onto our front, and we're going to do a stretch for our back. The back has been feeling interesting. So we're going to lift up our leg, push it over and back. If it can get all the way onto the floor, great. If it cannot, that's fine. Just go as far as you can to feel that stretch through like your front of your hip and lower back. There's the release. Don't know if you heard it, but it felt good. Just sort of try and relax into it, and it's an awkward position, but there we are. Okay, switch sides. Hopefully the other side will get that nice pop. Oh my goodness, I'm totally squishing the mic. Sorry guys. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm back. Also going to stretch our back again. I'm going to go back into that cobra. Push through, stretch up, bring our shoulders down and away from our face, from our ears. And back down. We're going to go into child's pose. I'm going to use this opportunity to stretch our upper body as well. So we're going to walk our hands over to one side. Really feel up that armpit. There we go. The word was trying to escape me, but I managed to find it before it did. And then walk it over to the other side. I'm feeling it in the other side. Okay. Whew, okay. Just gonna come up, and then we can sit down and do our last deep breath in. Stretch it up. Oh, that feels good. And release. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And you can join us next time. We're going to have a very different energy. We're going to do HIIT, but just as this was no, I was going to say just as this was no equipment, that is not snow equipment. We do actually need some weights for that, dumbbells preferably. That's what I'm going to be using at least, mainly for the clean and press. But that's going to be a HIIT. So I was going to make a pun, but I kind of missed it. Anyways, see you then, and God bless you. Love you.